Hi, welcome back. All set here. I know it's been a while since I've been on. Whew, the last couple of months have been a doozy, for lack of a better term. I think the last time we spoke, I was telling you my son had moved out and his room freed up for me. So you can see part of my Ankara collection. I got that going through my fabric stash. I was doing a lot of destashing. I've got thousands of patterns that I have gone through. But before I was doing all of that, I had to deal with some health issues. October, I was in the hospital. See, I suffer with chronic pain 24/7, 365. I have two autoimmune diseases as well as DVT. And when I'm doing too much or going beyond my capacity, every once in a while, actually, a couple of times a year, I have a flare up. And those flare ups tend to put me in the hospital. So while I was immobile, I was actually thinking about some things, thinking about recreating, working on my wardrobe. And I was also thinking, I need to have a robe. I need to have a decent robe to have when I go to the hospital because, hospitals are always cold. So I came home and dug through my stash and I found something. Let's see. And it is this, it's velvet. Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to make my robe for my hospital visits from this velvet. It will stay packed in my bag. It's not something I'm going to wear at home, but it's just something I feel I need. Now, I have to prepare that way. I have a visit in January, and I always take a bag with me because I never know whether I'm going to be admitted or not. Now, I mentioned earlier that I also suffer from chronic pain. So I have to rethink my wardrobe, right? The things that we sewists take for granted, um, I could no longer, or I can no longer do with ease. Let's say doing up a back zipper or putting my hands in side seam pockets, um, working with fly front zips and such. My hands always hurt. So, um, what I can do to help me deal with the pain is figure out what I can do to restructure my wardrobe. I guess some would consider me handicapped, even though physically I don't look handicapped. So I have to make some adjustments. I need to work with a lot of knits. I need to work with waistbands that have elastic in part of the waist at least. My pants pockets or skirt pockets should be slanted. I'm going to show you some patterns like what I'm talking about. Anyway, what I have done for the past week, I started going through my stash, as I said earlier. I started to pull together all my knits. And since I've got nothing to wear, I really don't have anything left to wear. I am in the process of making knit sets. So, let's see. One of the things I'm going to do is now my glasses. I hate when they're tilted. Anyway, Talisha created a two-piece set that was chic and it was, contemporary. It was made from a lightweight denim. And I'm doing something like that as well. Let me see if I can find the pattern. Oh, yes. Using this Simplicity pattern, 2192, the top, I just, oop, get over here, lengthen the sleeves a little bit on that. And these pants, if you look closely, no, I'm not going to do that to you. Let me see. Okay, let's see. If you look closely, probably not. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, oops, here we go. You can see I'm right there. Those are slant pockets right there. So I'm in the process of making these trousers simply because it will make it a lot easier for me and it won't be as painful for me to put my hands in those pockets simply because they're not side seam. I know a lot of the movements that we take for granted, I actually have a lot of difficulty with. So patch pockets, I'm not fond of patch pockets on my trousers, but on jackets and such, sure. Okay, so that's something I'm working on. Now, my sets that I was talking to you about. Here's one. I'm going to do a sweater and trousers from this, and I am going to use this pattern. I'm going to make it this, nope, that length right there. Maybe a little longer. We'll see. So that's one set. Simply because it will make it a lot easier for me to get dressed in the morning without having to think about what works with what, what's coordinated with what. And this, let's see, I do have a turtleneck, you know, in the cream and the black, and that's like a pumpkin shade there. You know, I could wear the sweater with black pants, black skirt, green pants, all of that. I just need to get it together. So that's that one. I also have this one. Let's see, there we are. That I'm going to make a set from as well. I hope I have enough to make the trousers and a cardigan. I just want some funky sort of items, you know, just because I'm a woman of a certain age and I'm dealing with physical limitations. I don't want to stress my mental capacity too much with dealing with pain in the morning and trying to figure out, okay, what can I put on that's easy for me to navigate, because we are getting into winter time. So even things, like I said, that we take for granted, you would take for granted, putting on tights will be difficult for me. Tights and leggings. So that's why I'm looking for knitwear, things like that. Let's see. How about a set like that? Well, I'm thinking this one with trousers as opposed to a skirt. I like the shape of that jacket. Or this already comes prepared, so I can do everything in this. I think I might cuff the sleeves on that, or I just might keep it. Okay. Of course, and you should go over and see Deborah of the Sewing Nook. She just did this two-piece outfit in this color way. I'm thinking of doing this perhaps in a burgundy myself. Or something like that. So, I'm not limited to just a cardigan and trousers or a cardigan and skirt. I could, jazz it up, do things a little bit better. Also, I'm going to be making this Swan Joe as, who is it? Kaji Ali? No. Zaji Kali called this. She called it a Swancho. And it's not in my colorway, my color palette, but I have this in my stash. And yeah, I'm going to make this. Because last week it was 70 degrees and today it's 45. So it's freezing and I need to be worn. Now, speaking of my colorway, my upcoming projects. Oh, let me give you another sweater set that I have. My Fosoni. I call it, doesn't that look like a Miss Sony print, flame print and such? I have quite a bit of that. So, anyway, this year's Pantone colors are right up my alley. They are rich and deep and earthy and just cinnamon and spice. And let me see what I have here. I'm bending down so I can reach this. Mediterranean blue and fire red. And again, I was just going through my stash and realized, wow, Adobe, and Mykonos blue, fuchsia. These are colors that I have acquired and accumulated over the years. So, hey, I'm trendy. So what happens is when you start to collect what you love, always, at some point, everything will just start to harmonize, work together. So, one of the fabrics that I love is micro suede. It feels like suede, but it washes just like any other woven. And it's warm, and it holds color well, and all of that. Now you can get different weights of it. So I've had this on my shelf for a number of years, and there's a common theme with what I love. Orange, burnt orange, cinnamon, the royal blue. Let me see what I have here. I'm going to show you something. Royal blue. Cocoa brown. Cinnamon. Paprika. Nutmeg. So this is going to be a jacket. And then I also have this one. Wow. That shows up as a purple, but it's more burgundy. Let's see. It's more burgundy. Yeah. Black. Again, my burnt orange that I love. And cinnamon and nutmeg, all of that. So the two patterns that I'm going to use are this one, Vogue 8562. I am going to do this one in that, simply because I don't have to worry about pattern matching or breaking up the pattern. I am going to double line it with a flannel first. I guess you could say interline it with a flannel and then line it with, I got a flannel back satin to give it some weight. I'm not going to do the channel that's here. I will probably, I have some faux leather, so I think I'll create a belt to go around that. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. Whew. Anyway, I'm going to do the sleeve as such. And yeah, so that's that one. And this one, I'm going to do in this buttons up. I mean, that's the idea right now. It's fully lined. It has patch pockets. Let's see, can I pull out the line drawing? Nope, because I was working on it. I cut it out. I don't know, with a tie belt. In the wintertime, I tend to wear jackets. I like to dress in layers, so I tend to wear jackets like this that insulate the heat, and then I always wear a cape. It's been a while since I've had a real coat, and I'm going to be working on a snuggly type of coat. But for the most part, I will probably wear a cape over my coats. Where I live, the cold weather is disrespectful. There's no other way to put it. Okay. Another set that I have, this one, this is new. Maybe the same burgundy. I like the asymmetrical neckline. So we'll see. Now, I'm working with knits because my chronic ailments have caused a lot of inflammation, as well as, I got a little plushy over the past year, so I'm about to embark on a weight release. I want to put it to you that way, unintentional. I'm going to cut back on my sweets because that seems to be the one thing that's left for me. Cut back on the sugar, and we'll see what happens from there. But I think working with knits and elastic waist and just being comfortable will help me, and actually be a lot easier to sew. I don't have to worry about being hyper attentive to measurements and such. Let me see. So I showed you a few of the microsways that I have. Camel. Let me see. You see that? But let me show you this one. I don't know if you can see that print. I'm holding it real close. It's a micro suede. I'm thinking a full skirt with this one. Again, another rich looking color here. That's going to go with any of the jackets that I make. This is not a micro suede, but this is a knit again. Maybe I'll have enough to make a pair of pants. Let's see. It's possible. Here's another color. I think I have enough here, possibly to make a wrap dress. That's another thing that I can do. So anything that wraps and ties will be easier for me to put on and, help me get dressed in a timely manner in the mornings. I still have to go to work. I still have to be productive. So I just wanted to come on and catch up, get everyone caught up with where I've been, what I've been doing, which is not much, but I am happy to have gotten a lot of this up. So this is, let me see, this way? No. It's bizarre. Okay. This is a lot of my animal print here. And that is a lot of my Ankara there. Up top, I told you that I have one way up there. Oops, sorry, this side. All the way up there. I had won that dress contest. So I had gotten some mud cloth, Bolan from Lisa of Cultured Expressions. I'll take some of that down next time we meet and show you what that's like. Let's see what's in this corner. Oops, this side over here. Go this way. Right there. I'll turn this way. Nope. Turn it this way. Is a stack of fabric. And this is a mirror. It's a three-way mirror that a friend of mine built for this room. So that's it. I don't have much else to say. Hopefully I can get back on board with what I'm working on Wednesdays, and I don't know, I might do a Friday sews. But it's Sunday, it's one of those days that ends with Y. And give thanks. I decided to do this. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, it's 21 minutes and 55 seconds. So, if you've been with me all this time, give yourself a hand. Take care.